for joining me here today, and what a beautiful day it is. And welcome to a response to Trent Horn on my favourite argument against female priests. Now, Trent and viewers, I was called over 20 years ago to consecrate the Eucharist, but it was to be within a renewed Catholic Church. Now, viewers, on this call, our beloved Queen of Heaven Mary, co-redeemer with Jesus in the salvation of all humankind, has been helping me on this call, and I would like to reveal revelations to you a little later on from her. Now, viewers, I'm going to put up here a statement that Trent said within this clip. You say you can find holy priests of all races, but I have yet to find a holy female priest, one that does not promote great evils. Now, Trent, surely you cannot be surprised in thinking that there is not one holy female priest in all of Christianity. Surely I do not have to remind you, Trent, that it is our beloved Queen of Heaven Mary, whom it may surprise you to learn, and viewers, that our beloved Virgin Mary has held the titles of priest, holy priest, and bishop throughout the very many centuries from right in the beginning. Firstly, viewers, and Trent, let me leave you with this to ponder. There was no male human seed needed at the incarnation of Jesus. There was no human male seed, Trent. It wasn't needed. So if you're going to talk about no holy female priests, you must be very careful, because women have been and always will be an integral part of the plan of salvation for all humankind. First with God, with Mary, choosing Mary, and secondly with Jesus, choosing Mary Magdalene, a woman, to be the first to hear the good news of the resurrection, and for Jesus to tell her to go and proclaim the message to others. Trent, women have always been and always will be part of this powerful plan to bring Christianity into the lives of all. I would strongly urge you, viewers, and Trent, to have a good look at this. Now, I'm only going to put a few examples up. There are pages and pages of them, viewers. Viewers, I want you to try to understand that the interpretation by many of the saints, theologians, cardinals, popes, has been that Mary had the highest form of ordination by the Holy Spirit. That Mary is indeed the high priest, and that she was first ordained by the Holy Spirit. See here, viewers, Pope Pius IX, who says the fathers called Mary Virgin Priest. And here indeed we have a prayer designated specifically to the beautiful Virgin Mary, the Virgin Priest. These are the Christian founders of our Christianity, Trent and viewers. And yet we see here that they are not afraid to refer to Mary, our blessed co-redeemer with Jesus, with these titles. And this was right up until about 1939, where Pope Pius XI forbids devotion to Mary as Virgin Priest. So you see, Trent, our beautiful beloved, honoured and revered for the greatest role with Jesus in the salvation of all humankind, our beloved Queen Mary, Mother of God, is the holiest of the female priests. Now, viewers and Trent, I said that earlier on, I was going to reveal to you some revelations that our Queen Mother had revealed to me. And I'm going to do that now. One night when I was praying to our beautiful Queen of Heaven, Mary, about this, about women consecrating the Eucharist, she said the words to me, "Who is standing at the altar?" And I remember thinking, who is standing at the altar? I did not really understand, because we know who stands at the altar. It was a little later that Mary revealed to me the words, "I am standing at the altar." I am standing at the altar. My blood runs through the veins of Jesus. Mary said to me, whenever there is Eucharist, she said, "I am there." She said, "Jesus is my son, and I am sacrificing his body and blood up to God." And our beloved Mary said, "Tell them to keep going to Eucharist." Because she said, "I do not want my son's death to have been in vain." Mary said, "He is my son. I am standing at the altar." And I thought to myself after that revelation that indeed it is true. And as I read these references about Mary as priest, I looked at this particular one, a quote by St. Ignatius. Now viewers, many of you would recognize or be familiar with St. Ignatius. He was a Spanish priest, theologian, spiritual writer, and founder of the Jesuits. Let us read and click on his site there, where he says, "I saw Mary during Mass." Let us have a look, Trent. He says, "During a great part of the celebration of Mass, I felt and saw clearly Our Lady engaged in intercession before the Father. My perception of it was so strong that during the prayers addressed to the Father or Son, and when consecrating, I was constantly aware of sensing her and seeing her as being part and channel of such a great grace." When I saw that, yet again, on this journey, Mary has constantly directed me to particular sites, and Mary is assuring me right now, with you, that I am not crazy, that I am receiving revelations from our beloved Queen of Heaven. I have had a revelation, the same here, very similar to St. Ignatius. And it isn't the first reference I have found wherein Mary's revelations to me have been confirmed. You see, Trent and viewers, we must not forget the power of the Holy Spirit, the power of God, Jesus and Mary to convey wisdom to us and revelations for the good of all the Church. Pope St. John Paul called Mary Mother, Woman of the Eucharist. His 2003 encyclical Ecclesia de Eucharistia. He writes, "When at the visitation she bore in her womb the Word made flesh, she became in some way a tabernacle, the first tabernacle in history." Couldn't get much closer to the Eucharist than that, could you, Trent? Woman of the Eucharist. Why then can't a woman consecrate the Eucharist? there is no reason. Viewers, I would encourage you, because Saint Therese of Lisieux has been helping me on this call, and also Saint Therese would love you to pray a novena to her, and I have a clip on this. And I would love you to join me, and Saint Therese is sending out that invitation to you today for all those who would like their prayers to be heard and for her to intercede. And she has promised to shower down roses on us. She has promised to help us, viewers. We must not forget that the realm of God, Holy Spirit, that's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Thank you so much for joining me, Trent and viewers, and I hope you have a wonderful day.